Okay, hello Taurus, and thanks for joining me for the November of 2022 Horoscope with Animal Totem. My name is Vickieverlie, and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. There's going to be a full moon eclipse this month, and it's in your sign, so you'll definitely are going to be feeling this. That's on November 8th. We'll talk a little bit more about that after I talk about the cards here. So we've got the first deck that we're going to use is the Chrysalis Tarot for the first Celtic cross. Then we're going to go in with the mini rock and roll tarot deck, my creation. And then we're going to pull an animal totem card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be some additional cards pulled in the month. This month we're using the Greer, the tin version, which is kind of cool. If you're interested in any of the decks that we're going to use, they're all down at the bottom in the description of the video. You can find links to all the decks that are used in this reading today. Alright, well here you are, Taurus. The eclipse is in your sign. So talk about transformation. Talk about awareness. This is something that the guides are coming through with, like you becoming really aware, self-aware, and seeing things as they truly are is what I'm getting. Illusions are stripped away. That's what the guides, this is all from the guides. Illusions are stripped away, and you're seeing things for the truth that it is. And it's going to clear out a lot of stuff, potentially, for you to go forward and not have so much obstacles, chaos, and such in your path. What's happening this month? Now, Jupiter was in Aries. It's moving back into Pisces, which is a real nice sextile to your Taurus sun or rising, whatever we're looking at here. Jupiter in Pisces is creativity, spirituality. This is in your house of groups and friends. So you may be meeting some groups or friends, or you may take up with people that you were dealing with or hanging out with even, earlier in the year. You might have been before May, because Jupiter was in Pisces from January to May, then it moved into Aries, and now it's going back for a little last dip into Pisces. So what the guides are coming through with is you're going to be looking things over. I'm hearing that song. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover. I'm way out of key. That I overlooked before. So, maybe you overlooked it before. Maybe it's something that's really good or cool for you in some way. But let's take a look at the cards. So this is going to be for Taurus Sun, Rising Moon. Anybody really who just has a lot of Taurus in their chart, we're gonna see that this reading could apply to you. Okay, this month in particular, I advise everyone to check their rising sign, because when I talk about astrology, it is a little bit more geared towards astrology. Towards your rising sign. 9 of spirals, which is the 9 of rods. 5 of spirals, 5 of rods. The sun, beautiful, beautiful. The star, wow. 6 of mirrors or 6 of cups. 2 of spirals or 2 of rods. The raven or the magician. 8 of mirrors or 8 of cups. Celtic owl or the hangman. And then final outcome, the sorceress or the high priestess. Let's turn this light off and get rid of that glare. Sorry about that. Well, I'm looking at this 9 of spirals and this 5 of sorrow. Oh boy. This can be conflict. This could be in a state of conflict. This can be where you're struggling or there's oppositions. But I love that the star is raining down blessings from you. You've got this your whole life. You've had the spirit guides. You've had these angels around you. We all do. We have our team. Some people call it their team. And it's raining down blessings on you. And then that sun energy is just right there. And sun is always joy, happiness, expression of your soul's energy, all kinds of good things. And even though it's a lunar eclipse, eclipses are new and full moons. And the new moon is when the sun and moon are joined, and then the full moon is when the sun and moon are opposition. So this could absolutely be relating to this eclipse time for you, that it may be taking out a lot of the stress and some of the stuff that's going on over here. You may see that, alleviate. 2 of spirals is here, seeing your path in life, but also, maybe fixing things up, getting things ready. Some of you, there's going to be a new arrival. I hear that really strong, like a baby's coming, and maybe you're fixing up the room or getting things ready. And, you know, you're making things beautiful. And you're making things beautiful up here with the Six of Mirrors or the Six of Cups. This also is like beautifying, you know, this is total, I could see this being a Taurus's yard, you know, with all the flowers and greenery and everything. And then the music, even with the pan guy there. But, Six of Mirrors, excuse me, Six of Mirrors or Six of Cups also relates back to someone from the past, potentially. But really what I feel is like going back to the past of your own self, being in that, finding your own, you know, feeling happy, stepping away from this, and then this is just your own rejuvenation, because these toxic, could be called toxic things, are getting removed, you know. The Star is here, and the Sorceress. So Star, High Priestess, and Hangman, all very deep spiritual cards. All cards about communicating with Spirit, listening, receiving messages, sending prayers, receiving the answers, meditation. So this could also be, and I would be preparing for this. You know, your full moon's coming up. Let's get that list going right now. What do you want to remove from your life? What has come to full fruition? What is, and it could even, well, we've been in this eclipse cycle for you guys for a little bit here, maybe almost 2 years now. But we might want to look back to the last time we had this eclipse cycle, because for some of you, this would have been, the last time would have been 2003 to 2004. And then before that, 84 to 86, and then before that, 66 to 67. So you may want to, depending on your age, you know, pop back in on those time frames and say, wow, what was going on then? Because what's coming to fruition could date all the way back to then. Could have to do with something all the way back from that era. It could be a longer, you may be completing even a longer cycle than just this 1.5 to 2 year cycle. You got the Magician, so you're raring to go here. You're leaving something behind. You're trusting, listening to this intuition, your gut. You could call it your gut. And then you're going to come into this Magician energy, which is all powerful. You're feeling, I feel like, you know, a lot of stuff could be cleared out for you. The universe could just come up and ask, you know, get your list together. What's come full circle? What's come to full fruition? What do you want to release or get rid of? You know, ask yourself these questions. And you can utilize this energy and work with it instead of just letting it have its way with you. You know, you can harness that energy. All right, so your Earth, we're going to be looking for that Earth sign energy, that Taurus King, Knight, King, Queen of Pentacles. That's going to represent you. Let me pull this over here. And so as soon as we find you in the spread, in the second part, we're going to look at the cards that are surrounding you. And that's going to give us potentially some more insights into what's coming up for you. Let's see here, page. We're only going to do the adult. We're looking for one of the adult cards, so that's going to be the Knight, the King, or the Queen of the Pentacles. Oops. Doing all upright. There you are. Showing up as Queen of Pentacles. Good. And look what showed right next to you, the Magician. And you had that Magician down there, and look at, there you are again. Could be, well, wow, look. There's the whole, the gang's all here. You got the whole group there. The Knight, King, and the Queen all lined up in a row here. Well, I do feel like, you know, you could be coming together with some family. They corrected me with, and they said tribe. But, you know, that's your tribe. You know, the Queen goes with the King, and the Knight, they're a group. They're a tribe. Forging ahead, which is a card really of the individual, but I don't feel lack of support here. I don't feel like you're fighting against them in any way. I feel like they're going to be helping you. You know, these are some people that you can break through all the chaos and monotony and all the ripples in life and go towards, you know, this. This is what's waiting for you on the other side of all this chaos, you might want to say. And don't let that be a self-fulfilling prophecy because I'm saying chaos, but it can be a little chaotic. Excuse me, with the eclipse for sure. This one feels more like on your way out. This card. Now there's no gender in these cards, so these are earth sign energies, and this is an air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I feel like you almost, for some of you, you almost have to negotiate some kind of deal. Like maybe you want to go off and do this project or go with these people, but first you have to tell her or let her know or find a way to end this relationship, or, you know, just say, hey, you know, I've got this other opportunity. She may counter. He, well, it could be a he, anybody. It could be anybody. So they may counter with some other opportunity, but I kind of get the feeling, like, make sure, if you're considering staying where you're at and not going with the new situation moving forward here, and you're considering she's a talker, she can talk you out of it potentially, you know, make sure what she's promising is real, because I kind of get the feeling like he or she is a shit talker, basically, just a bullshitter, you know. And I feel like they're not going to be truthful as to what they're exaggerating what they really do, and then they just, I feel like it'll be like later, oh well, I thought I could get this, but, you know, what do you call that, where you go back and clean up, you know, your mess, you know, try to sweep up the, you know, and then if you do that, then this might even be gone. So when you're involved in eclipses, we're always doing the change, and we're always doing the new thing. You got the ace right there next to the moon energy, which is an eclipse. There it is. You're going to meet a whole new group of people, and it's going to feel like family to you. This new work environment, or this new, maybe it is a family. Maybe some of you, this could be all personal life. This could be, maybe you're going to go marry this person and move away, and maybe this is, you know, an old friend or even a family member, and you're just like, well, look, I'm in love, I got to go. I don't want to stay here anymore. You don't want to stay here anymore, and it feels like you're trying to be nice to this person and trying to talk them, get them to see your point of view, and they're thinking about their point of view because they don't want you to go, you know. So it's going to be a tough call for some people. Maybe you need to really stand strong in that Magician, saying, listen, I'm living my own life. I've got this great marriage, or this great partner, or this great money opportunity, and I'm going to take it. Well, I mean, I can't tell you what to do. But in eclipse season, change is inevitable. I can say, okay, especially when I heard a noise. I'm just gonna spray some vinegar real quick. Sorry, Taurus. It's cold weather, and I haven't seen any yet. But sometimes the mice come in the cold weather, and this is a whole really old house, over 100-year-old house. But so it makes all kinds of little noises all the time. Every time I hear a little noise, oh, is that the mouse? Is it the mouse? Alright, here we go. What's going on with our Taurus animal totem? Oh, real quick announcement. 2023 year head readings available to purchase. Many people are getting them. Many people get them every year. Be available till the end of the year. Limited time. We look at the astrology, and there's a lot of it. A lot of astrology changes and things going on next year. Look at that first, as it relates to you personally, and then we go on to do the 4 quarters of the year tarot spread, and then we wrap it up with an animal totem, just like I'm going to do now. Okay, what is our animal totem for our Tauruses? So if you want to get in on that, you can find that information in my website, or through the description below. The snail. So there could be things moving at a snail's pace. You think a snail, slow, right? But also the other big thing about the snail is they carry their home on their back. And when this card comes up, I'm looking to see if there's any other indications of that. Well, you do have the 8 of Cups over here. That's a journey card. You know, you might be moving, or you might just be living out of a suitcase and traveling for a little while, too. Maybe this is an opportunity to travel with these people here, you know, and it could be positive. I feel positive there. But it says, beneath the stony hull lies the soft and dewy side. Healing of the deep wounds, rejuvenation, re-emergence after a period of rain. Slow down and appreciate the little things. Yeah. And when I read that just now, slow down and appreciate the little things, I feel like pay attention to the little things too. I mean, you're slow. Tauruses aren't, unless you have afflicted with like Gemini or Aries even, either side of you is like kind of, you know, revved up kind of signs or whatever, but you pretty are slow and steady wins the race. You know, that's Taurus all day long. You pretty much are kind of grounded and slow and steady, but you know, especially if somebody's promise, if it seems too good to be true, I would definitely be doing some investigation into what this world really is about, because I feel like he or she is making, oh, there goes my neck cracking, he or she is making promises that maybe they can't keep. hearing a really old 80s lounge song. You made me promises, promises. Oh, am I out of key bad? You made me promises. I can't find the notes, but it was you made me promises, promises. Promises, promises. I'm not even finding the right notes. I can't remember. But it's an 80s song, and it was you made me promises, promises. But I believe the rest of the song goes into, but basically, but you lied. You lied. And I think they know they're lying too. It's not an honest mistake. I think they're trying to con you or keep you. They want you to stay. Real quick announcement before we wrap it up here. I have a Christmas song, and it is out. It's called Christmas Time. I actually wrote it in the 80s, but I redid it. I slowed it down and changed keys and everything, and so it's different now. And it's a redux, revision of an old-time Christmas song that I wrote 30, 40 years ago. But I'm going to be releasing it. It'll be out around on November 4th. I'm shooting for. Hopefully it'll be out by then. If you enjoy Christmas music, check it out or add it to your Christmas playlist on Spotify or Apple Music. I'd be very happy about that. It would help me out. Also, oh, did it not? Don't do that. Also, people ask about, well, what's the rock and roll whole part of everything with me? And if you are interested, there's a show called Level Up Cleveland in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. And I was recently on there, and they interviewed me, and we talked about, coming up in the music scene, the different bands I played in, and talked a lot about my parents' bar, too. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, you can check it out if you're interested. All right, we're going to do our Patreon next. Remember, you're Love and Beauty Incarnate. Don't forget about the year ahead reading, limited time availability. And if you are going to be starting your holiday shopping, why not consider purchasing things from an independent creator like me? But it doesn't even have to be me. But I do have a bunch of stuff on my website you can find. I have t-shirts and notebooks and things like that are very inexpensive. But even if you don't purchase from me, consider purchasing from an independent creator. Instead of doing the corporate greed, often you can find really unique and nice gifts, even for yourself. Cool stuff for yourself, but cool stuff for gifts. And it's often not really all that much more expensive, or even less expensive. Depends on what you're looking at there. So check it out if you're interested. Remember, you're Love and Beauty Incarnate. Please hit that subscribe button. It does help me out so much. Have the best month ever. Eclipse. Start writing that list. What are you releasing? What's come to full term, Taurus? And then when it gets to that full moon, let's put some of that stuff in action and utilize the power of that full moon for yourself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and Patreon's up next. Have a great month. See you again. Bye.